Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. As you can tell, I'm doing a little bit of pre-filming. So today's video is going to be my February 2022 TBR. So we're just going to be going over all of the books that I'm planning on reading in February and probably going to delve into some romantic books. So the first book that I want to read in February is Serendipity by Marissa Meyer. Now this is not just by Marissa Meyer, she did do one of the stories and she was also the editor, but this is a kind of collaboration of a lot of short stories of different love tropes that are kind of like twisted on their head. And that premise just sounded really interesting to me, and I actually wanted to buy this book when it came out, but then I found out it was going to be on Scribd, and so I'm going to listen to it, which I think will be a really fun time. And like I said, it's just like, I think there's like the one bed trope and just different things like that, like different kind of romance tropes, but with like all these twists and turns, and that just sounds like a really cute and fun read for February. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to listen to. Another one that I'm planning on picking up in February that is not cute, fluffy, romantic is Blood of Elves by Andrea Sikowski. And this is the first like actual novel in the Witcher series, not the short stories. And I have this on hold with Libby, my library app, and so I'm hoping to get to it. I should get it in a couple weeks, and so I should be able to start it in February, and I'm looking forward to continuing in the Witcher series. And this is kind of him going on a journey to protect this child that is hunted for extraordinary powers. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into the novels of this series, and hopefully I can do that in February. The next book that I hope to read in February is Portrait of a Scotsman by Evie Dunmore. I am currently in January reading Rogue of One's Own, which I hope to have finished by then. So I would like to pick up Portrait of a Scotsman after that, especially in February, which I just think will be a really fun time. This one is following Hattie of the Four Friends, and Hattie always wanted three things in life: acclaim as an artist, and noble calls, and marriage to a young lord who puts gentle in gentlemen. But what ends up happening is she ends up at the altar with a brooding Scotsman who is kind of like ruthless and quiet and dark, and she ends up in this position because of a situation they were found in, and so for propriety's sake she had to go ahead and marry him, and so she's kind of in this forced marriage and she's not sure how she feels about this. And so it kind of leads into them learning more about each other and maybe turning from enemies in a forced marriage to maybe something more. I have heard that this is a Hades and Persephone retelling, so that'll be kind of an interesting way to see this retelling play out. So excited about this. I love this series so much for some reason, and it like blows my mind. I also kind of wanted to throw in a couple of more options for historical romance in case I like fly through that one and I'm just in the mood for that in February. So I have two more on deck that are kind of like not officially on my TBR, but kind of like on the sidelines in case I have time for it and I like read the other books really quickly and just need something else. So the first one is A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem, which I did talk about in my latest book haul. This is about a detective inspector and a lady journalist. They team up to kind of solve these murders plaguing London, and she kind of gets entangled in it, tries to escape it, and then gets entangled in it again, and is kind of like messing up his investigation in life. And you know, it's not a woman's place. So it sounds like a really fun time, and there's murder mystery involved, which I really like. So I think this will be a really fun one to get to soon. So this will be hanging out there in case I can get to it. Another one that I'll have waiting if I have time is The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton, and this is just like a hilarious, I've heard it's kind of like steampunky too, but just this like fantastical historical romance about a thief and a pirate and an assassin, and it just sounds like a really good time. And she's trying to save the woman that raised her and has to team up with all these crazy characters and pirates and flying houses, and it just sounds hilarious and like a nuts, like just like the crazy most like out there story, but I think it'll be really funny. And even some of the blurbs say like the most charming, clever, and laugh out funny book I've read all year, and another one says delightfully bonkers. And so those are just like hilarious things to describe a book, so I think this will be really funny. So those are kind of like two on the wings. Portrait of a Scotsman definitely, but those two, we'll see. And then the last book that I'm gonna have on my official TBR is gonna be my jar pick for one of my special edition books. And so let me get my mug out, and I'm gonna draw one of these slips of paper to see what I'm going to try to read this month. I'll just pick this one off the top. I'm so scared. I'm really nervous about hating some of these that I draw. Okay, so I got An Ember in the Ashes, and I'm kind of terrified because I know it's a great series. My husband loves it. So many people love it, but I'm kind of intimidated by it, and I don't know why, but Okay, so hopefully I can get to this in February. We'll see how that goes, but An Ember in the Ashes. An Ember in the Ashes was the one I pulled, so hopefully I can get to this soon. I know I can listen to it on Libby if I want to try to like listen and read it at the same time. I know it's an amazing book. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I really need to get to it, so it's probably a good thing that I'm drawing it now. So yes, and this one is by Sabaa Tahir. I don't remember a lot of the details of the premise of this book, but basically she's an the main character is an orphan, and it follows an orphan and a soldier, and the soldier's like not really about how the Empire is going about handling things, and she goes to infiltrate the military academy to try to bring it down from the inside, and I believe the two like end up teaming up together to try to rebel against the society, and she's trying to save her brother in the midst of this, and they're trying to just kind of like undermine the Empire. So I know it's amazing. I know I need to read it. I know that I'm behind on this, so let's see if I can get to it in February. Did not exactly expect to draw that one out, but that's okay. So I'll put the jar of doom over here. All right, so I wanted to keep my TBR pretty short this month because it is a short month, and just kind of read light, fluffy things that are just like fun and cute if I have time, and then some Dark Blood of Elves and Ember in the Ashes. So that's all the books that I'm planning on reading in February. Please let me know in the comments down below what you're planning on reading in February, and if you have any recommendations for me. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.